everybody.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
good. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It's a little loud on your part, so I got a feeling the microphone, or you're really close. You got a new computer or something along those lines.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have any
National lacrosse champions.
national lacrosse champions? Not only national lacrosse champions, but a perfect 18-0.
Undefeated 18-0.
Congrats.
They now compete with the 90 Qs team for the greatest team of all time.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
You didn't know that?
You don't have Gary Gate until you have the best lacrosse player ever.
Yeah. We went 18-0, and only one of the two games were close. We're right there.
You're pretty good. You guys did a good job this year. So congratulations, you now have a championship.
We do. We actually should have probably won the women's too. But what can you do? And we lost in the Final Four. We were the number 2 seed.
See, Memorial Day used to be something of a tradition for Syracuse going to the Final Four like every year. And then this year, the coach was Gary Gate. And I think we were like 9-13. We definitely had.
Don't you miss relevancy in all capacities?
You know what I hate even more? Not only are my team, well, first of all, the Mets are doing pretty well. They're 10
Let's get out of June.
Well, look, you know what?
Team.
Well, they're not only are they 10.5 games up on the next team in the division, but that is the biggest spread of any division winner in any division at the June 1st mark in history. So that's not bad.
No, but did baseball really start yet?
Look, okay. So hold on. So June 1st is not a barometer for you. So what's the barometer? July 1st? August 1st?
About August 1st to August 15th is when it's
when half the teams make the playoffs, I think it has come closer to the start of the season. I mean, that's the big problem, right?
All it means is an extra week or 2 weeks of playoffs. And I'll be honest, playoffs. I'll be honest. I mean, it feels like the NBA playoffs have been going on for about 6 months right now.
And we have game 1 starting tomorrow. And of course, I got to tell you, the NHL playoffs seem to have been going on even longer. Is when the Rangers won the other night. When the Rangers won the other night, I was like, "Wait, are they in the finals?" Like the Lightning had won so quickly. I don't think the Lightning have played in like 10 days, and now they play the Rangers tonight, 8:00.
Well, hopefully the game is as much fun as Game 1 of Colorado Edmonton. As a defensive guru, I'm sure you loved it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that you can say is we don't get enough Connor McDavid.
That is true.
We just do not get enough Connor McDavid. What he did against the Flames, that game-winning goal, the whole series between him and Drastel.
Forget the game-winning goal. He was Gretzky-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been Gretzky-ish the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. It's what happens when you have 7 number 1 picks and eventually it pays off. I mean, good Lord. That team felt like that team had every first-round pick from like 2012 to 2017.
And you know how many of them are still on the team?
2.
Yeah.
Connor and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Wow, look at you, Ryan.
I used to follow it a lot more. You
and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Wow. Okay.
Am I wrong?
I am not worthy. I mean, seriously, that was good stuff. I am mildly impressed. Mildly.
I'll take what I can get.
It takes a little bit longer for me to get a lot impressed, but mildly impressed.
I've been trying for 12 years. I haven't got 15 years? Whatever it is. I've been trying for a long time. I haven't gotten there. I'm not too worried about it now.
And you're wearing an Oklahoma City shirt, which
I am. I love the Winners.
I have not seen that shirt. That's a pretty cool shirt. I like it.
Thank you.
Well, no, this is the perfect time to be an Oklahoma City fan, at least for the next 4 years. I mean, you have every draft pick. I mean, you have nothing to look forward to except the draft, like the next 4 years.
Oh, I mean, I find it harder and harder to root for the Nets. My Blazers are a rebuild again and are going nowhere.
Rebuild or retool? Wait,
Retool.
rebuild or retool?
But I mean, again, if you're going to rebuild, if you're going to retool, how far are you going? I mean, you're going to trade for Jeremy Grant. You have the 7th pick. You're going to take,
some 18-year-old
Jaden Ivey. I mean,
so no, you won't even get Ivy or Sharp. They're probably
Sharp. You may get. You're not going to get Ivy. I mean, your first 5. It seems like Ivy, Murray, Banchero, Holmgren, and Smith are all kind of there. Luckily, we have time until we have the. But
it's like throwing darts at a board in the 18-year-olds now.
This year is a mess.
But every year is now because they're just 18-year-olds. I mean, it's just becoming progressively harder for you to build a team. It used to be, hey, don't draft Leon Smith. Now it's everybody's Leon Smith.
Exactly. So, I mean, I look at the Nets. Durant supposedly may want out because they're not going to max out Kyrie.
Yeah, he's going to the Lakers.
What did you say?
He's going to the Lakers.
For who?
Or LeBron's coming to the Nets. Did you see that?
Sure. For what? What does either team have to offer either of these people?
So the proposed trade, I think I saw
the Lakers, their first round pick in 2033?
No, it was actually Durant. It was LeBron to the Nets. Right, LeBron. For Ben, that was the look. For Ben Simmons and Joe Harris.
When did this? I haven't even heard this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really holding my breath on this. And as someone who hates super teams, good Lord, would I want nothing to do with that.
Durant and LeBron on the same team?
I don't even know how that works. And then what do you?
I think that would actually work pretty well. I think. I mean,
because LeBron passes, yeah.
Right.
But I mean, and what are you doing with Kyrie? You're resigning him to it?
Oh yeah, you're not full max, but you're resigning him.
I mean, he wants a max deal. I'm not a Stephen A.
Where is he going to get a max deal?
He thinks the Nets are going to give it to him. I don't know under what circumstance that happens. Stephen A. Smith, who I am not a fan of, and I don't think you're a fan of,
no,
gave a 3 or 4 minute. I must have heard this a couple weeks ago. Monologue on Irving, and it was great. It kind of summed up how most basketball fans feel about him, and that he plays the martyr. And for as talented as he is, he's incredibly talented. He's not worth the aggravation.
Is Kyrie a younger James Harden?
No. Different. James Harden is not outwardly, it's a different, it's, sorry, I've never thought about it that way, but I don't see.
Well, they're both offensive players. Neither one of them plays a lick of D.
True.
They both are me first players.
True.
Right? They both have held out, or maybe not held out, but
held
teams hostage. I mean, Kyrie did it with Cleveland, right? And forced the trade to Boston. And then did it in Boston and left when he said, "Oh, I'll resign," and then pulled the John Tavares
and saw Harden do it twice
and play Pajama Boy. So I mean, I said he did what Pajama Boy did to the Islanders
Tavares. Sorry,
right.
Most non-Islander fans are unfamiliar with Pajama Boy.
Well, anybody that listens to the show knows who I'm talking about.
I didn't have the slightest idea. I guess I don't listen very well to the show.
Or you don't listen to me.
I try not to.
It's only been 15 years. I mean,
but well, are you really putting the Tavares? You comparing?
But I am putting Kyrie as a younger Harden. Like, I really think that is a good comparison. Maybe not on the court because they're different types of players. But are they really different types of players on the court? And they're certainly not different off the court. They just do it in a different manner.
Well, they do it in a very different manner. Harden seems to be incredibly passive-aggressive.
Right. And Kyrie is anything but.
Kyrie's not passive at all.
Right.
Just,
he's just aggressive.
He's just aggressive. And it just doesn't really seem like he likes basketball, to be honest. To him, it seems like a means to an end, which is fine. But then you can't really have it the both ways, that you want to manage the club with Kyrie, with Kevin, when you played 30 games in 2 years. And have, between the vaccine and the bubble and this and that. And the problem is, I don't know what happens.
So let me play a different card. Would you give Kawhi a max contract today? Because how is he any different? Like,
Probably
it's
not.
just, right?
Probably not.
All these guys, and granted, they are tremendous athletes. They probably could do more on one leg than I can do on two. And they talk about player empowerment. They're entitled to do what they're doing because the rules allow them to do it. I'm not begrudging that at all.
Yeah.
But then you get into a situation where you're kind of just tired of the nonsense. And I think I'm tired of all the nonsense here. I think it's easier to root for the Warriors. Quite frankly, it's easy to root for the Celtics.
It is.
I mean, I will not be rooting for the Celtics tomorrow night, but I can see why people would. I mean, I find them very enjoyable. I don't find them enjoyable to watch, but I find the team enjoyable as personalities.
Yeah. I mean, I like Jaylen Brown a lot. I like Tatum. I like Horford, excuse me. Smart. I've always liked.
Love Smart.
And they grind and they play tough ball. I mean, that series was, I don't know how you enjoyed that series. That series was utterly painful. And what would have been probably the most fitting end to a series of that ridiculousness would have been Miami coming back from 13 down in the last 10 minutes.
And having Butler hit that three.
And Butler was fantastic. Anyone who has any issue with Butler, just stop.
Well, we said this 2 weeks ago, right? I mean, Jimmy Butler became a top 10 player this year. And that may have been because other players such as Kyrie and Kawhi probably fell down. But I take Jimmy Butler over both of those guys right now. And he's the only guy amongst the top 10 that doesn't play outside the three-point line at all. I mean, unless it's absolutely necessary. And he's also probably the only one, except for Jokic, that got drafted outside the top 15.
I'd have to think about who. No, what was Giannis 15?
Giannis was 13.
Okay. So just kind of going quickly through that list. Giannis was 13. Curry was 7. Doncic was 3. Doncic was 3.
LeBron was 1.
LeBron was 1. Embiid was 3.
Durant was 2. Anthony. I mean, if you put Anthony Davis,
he'd be 1 anyway, but I wouldn't.
Right, exactly.
I mean, the closest I guess you get is Mitchell.
Mitchell, I think, was 17. 17?
I think he was probably late lottery. I could be wrong.
Donovan Mitchell was drafted. There's actually a New York Knicks NBA prospect profile on Donovan Mitchell, which is awesome because that would have been nice. Donovan Mitchell was picked 13th.
13th. Well, it also would have been nice if he took Stephen Curry over.
They didn't have the no.
He had to pick after that.
Pick before. Look, you could fault the Knicks on a lot, but you can't fault them on that. If you want to fault any team on that, you can fault the Wolves.
The Wolves, who took
Ricky Rubio and my guy Flynn.
The guy from Syracuse. Yeah, Johnny Flynn. That did not work out too well.
To be fair, Johnny Flynn did suffer a torn labrum in his hip, and that kind of is hard for a point guard to keep going. But
is that what happened? I knew he got injured. I didn't know this.
Yeah, he tore his labrum in his hip, and Ricky Rubio. Look, Ricky Rubio is exactly what Ricky Rubio should have done.
Yeah,
but it's interesting because you look back on Stephen Curry. And remember, Stephen Curry definitely did not come out as this guy, right? I mean, even the first contract that he got after his rookie deal, 4 years and $44 million, which later proved to be the biggest steal in NBA history. There were questions even when that was signed that the Golden State was getting their eyes pulled out from him. Because
What?
sorry, eyes covered, not eyes pulled out.
Ooh.
They
wonder
were.
why sometimes I don't listen.
I understand. They basically had the wolf pulled out over their eyes. That's what I was looking for. In that he had bad ankles, right? He didn't play very much in the 2 years before that. So for him to come out with this kind of what he has become certainly was not expected. So to say that, 10 teams passed on Stephen Curry, well, okay. I mean, I don't even remember who went before him. That's a good question. I mean, obviously we just named two of them, but Ricky Rubio draft. Yes, I still am calling it the Ricky Rubio draft. What year was that?
2012, 2013, something. 2009.
2009.
There you go.
You got it up?
Blake Griffin.
Okay.
Hassim Thabit.
Yeah, that worked out well.
James
Harden.
Tyreek Evans. Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn, Stephen Curry, Jordan Hill. That was the Knicks pick.
That was the Knicks pick, yeah.
And look at the pick
DeMar DeRozan.
There you go.
DeMar DeRozan, Brandon Jennings.
So it wasn't a bad draft. You had Drew Holiday.
It wasn't a great draft.
It wasn't bad. You had 5 legitimate all-stars. And not, Holiday, DeRozan, Curry, Harden, Griffin.
Actually, Danny Green went 46th in that draft, and Patty Mills went 55th. I mean, Patty Mills also got cut like 12 times and Patrick Beverly went 42nd. I think the second round might have been just as good as the first. Not for star power.
Blake Griffin, James Harden, Stephen.
No. Hold on. Not for star power, but for value. For value, you got Dante Cunningham at 33. You got Jerebko at 39. Beverly at 42. Danny Green at 46. I mean, you don't see guys. Patty Mills at 55. You don't see guys in the late second round even going more than 5 years. These guys are all 10 plus years. Patrick Beverly, he's still going. He's an all defensive player. Well, not this year, but all defensive player. He's played 8 years, 10 years. Excuse me, 10 years.
Yeah, there's
you got 5 guys that have played 10 plus years in the NBA in that second round.
I'm actually looking at the second round of the next draft. It's not very good.
Find me another draft where it goes 5 guys of 10 plus years.
All right, I'm looking, dude. I'm looking.
All right, you go later. I'll go earlier. And I don't think there are very many. The year before, there were 2, 3. The year before, in 2006, there were 2, 3, including Roman Sessions, one of my favorites. The year before, 1,
Why was
2.
Roman Sessions one of your favorites?
I was just joking. The year before, it was 4, including Paul Millsap at 47. Who is still playing 16 years later. The year before. This looks like a pretty... Okay, I got one. So 2005. Wow, there were a lot of second-round picks. I'm not sure why there were so many second-round picks. No, still the same amount. You got Brandon Bass, C.J. Miles, Ersan Ilyasova, Ronnie Turiaf, Monte Ellis, Lou Williams, Amir Johnson, and Marcin Gortat. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 guys in the second round play more than 10 years.
All right.
That's impressive.
I think
that's
this
good.
I think this beats it though.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. First pick of 2012, Tomas Satoransky, who's the point guard for the Wizards for a while.
Yep.
Jay Crowder at 34, Draymond Green at 35. Chris Middleton at 39, Will Barton at 40, Mike Scott at 43. I think there's your value.
Yeah. And you still got guys that could still, I mean, they can go longer, right? I mean, yeah, that's pretty good value. Chris Middleton at 39 and Draymond Green at 35. What do you think of Draymond Green saying, I should have been an all-defensive first team instead of second team when he only plays 46 games?
No.
You think there should be a playing game requirement?
Yes.
Okay.
If you played half the games, you should not be an all-anything. You shouldn't be all-NBA. You shouldn't be an all-star if you're going in and only play 20 out of 40. But all-star is more of a kind of a ceremonial anyway.
Sure.
No, you paid 40. If you played less than 60% of the games, why would you be an all-anything?
He made all second team, by the way.
Great.
I would like – okay, so switching gears, and we'll come back to the NBA Finals in a little bit. By the way, if Nabate comes near me and I put a guy on the injured list next year that's illegal, can I slap him the same way Jock Peterson slapped
Tommy
Fan? Because that might have been the funniest thing I've ever seen is a $10,000 fantasy football league. First of all, the buy-in's ridiculous.
Well, that's why it's among Major League Baseball players.
Right.
They make an average of these guys. I don't know who else was in the league.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout was
Mike Trout was the commissioner. Eric Hosmer was in it. Manny Machado was in it.
Makes $30 million a year.
I know. I'm like, wow. Well, you know why Tommy Fan and Jock Peterson slapped each other? Because they're the only two that are earning under $10 million in the entire league. There's a transaction fee. They can't afford it. It's like $500 a transaction to put Wilson on the IR. Jeff Wilson.
It must be nice. It must be nice.
So who you got in the NBA Finals? What are you thinking?
Golden State in 7. I think it's a good matchup. You have a defensive team led by you have an extremely athletic defensive team. You have your defensive player of the year. And on the other end, you have this offensive juggernaut. That's just, I don't know why. I'll be honest. I feel like I should be taking Boston in this, but I just got the feeling Golden State's going to do what they always do.
Find a way.
I mean, Golden State has put up the worst stinkers in this playoff. I mean, losing by 50-something to Minnesota.
Look, Golden State shouldn't be here. If Ja Morant doesn't get hurt, Golden State's not here.
So what? If Chris Middleton doesn't get hurt, Boston's not here. What's your point?
Maybe.
No.
I think that's a maybe.
Not maybe. You're going to tell me Middleton missed all 7 games.
I know.
And Boston won 2 or 3 of the, won 1 or 2 of these by pretty close. If Middleton is there, Milwaukee's in the finals.
Okay.
I have no doubt about that. So you can't play the what if game anyway.
That's fair. Okay.
Although Memphis Dallas would have actually been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Memphis really has to be saying what if, right? I mean, seriously.
You just can't.
All right. So I think this all depends on Robert Williams' health. I think if Robert Williams plays all 7 games, the Celtics win.
Do you think it goes 7? I assume you think it goes 6. I cannot imagine you think they're going to win in Golden State on a game 7. It's Boston in 6 or Golden State in 7. It's one of them.
Okay.
No, look, that's my opinion. If you think that Boston wins a game 7 in Golden State, that's fine.
I think they can. I don't think they will. I think that first of all, I don't think Williams plays all 7 games. So it doesn't matter anyway. I think it could go 7 regardless. But I think if Williams plays 6 of the games, Celtics win. If Williams plays 7 of the games, Celtics win. If he plays less, then they lose. Williams is that much of a difference maker for that Celtics team defensively. He's the only guy that can block a shot on that team. And when he does block a shot, he blocks like I think in the last meeting he had 4 blocks in 24 minutes against the Warriors.
Not against the Warriors, against the Heat?
No, I'm saying no. The last game against the Warriors, he had 4 blocks in 24 minutes. I mean, that's not bad.
No, that's
that's not bad.
That is not bad. So,
what were you going to say?
So, are you picking Boston then?
No, because I don't think Williams will play 7 games. So I'll take the Warriors in 7.
Should we be expecting an angry call from Mark anytime soon?
So far, I have not I've gotten one text in the last 3 weeks from Mark about the Celtics. So I got a feeling he's using this as if I don't text Sean, they'll keep winning. And if I do text Sean, they'll start losing. Which, look, Mark, you're welcome to be on the show whenever you want. You're even more welcome if Boston loses, because I am happy to have that conversation with you. A gleeful Mark Rubin, if they win, will actually be kind of awesome because it's always nice when you see your friends win something.
I don't know. I don't root for you very often to win something.
Dude, I have no shot, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, it's true. You're never close. I mean, the last one you were close was what, the Mets in 15?
Yeah, I'll be close this year. At least I'll be in the game. I mean, that's the other thing, right? You got to be in the playoffs. You got to be look. Last year I was close with the Islanders. I was pretty close with the Islanders, and you were rooting for me last year.
Of course, I'm rooting for you. I'm screwing with you.
I know.
You won 2 championships in your bleeping lifetime. Why wouldn't I root for you? I mean, since 1980. Let me rephrase. In the last 30 years, you've won Syracuse.
Yep.
That's all you got that I can think of. Mets, Jets, Islanders. What team am I missing? Knicks.
Mets, Jets, Knicks, and Islanders and Jets.
So you won 1 championship and gone to 3 finals in 32 years?
Yeah. It's been ungood.
Why would I root for you?
It's been ungood. It's been ungood. I need something, right?
You do.
I need this. So yeah. So okay. So we got that. So who are you picking in the NHL? Because I am wholeheartedly rooting against the Rangers. So
Colorado and Tampa.
Okay. I think Tampa's got. Look, Tampa hasn't played in like 2 weeks, so if they are extremely well rested, and that series starts tonight at 8:00. So I will pick Tampa, and obviously it would be nice to see Connor McDavid in the finals, though. It just would be. But I think Tampa's going to beat either team. So back-to-back Stanley Cups. Haven't seen that in a really long time. I think the last team that we saw that was the Oilers.
Did Pittsburgh ever do it?
I think they won 2 in a row. I don't think they won 3.
Then it was David Volek. That was the David Volek?
Yes, it was. No. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Crosby Penguins.
Well, they didn't win 3 in a row. They may have gone to 3 in a row.
No, I'm saying I think they won 2 in a row. I think both Pittsburgh teams won 2 in a row. I don't think either one. I don't
remember if the Crosby team did. I know the Lemieux team did because they lost in the Eastern Conference. Was it semis to you guys?
Yeah, it's us.
The David Volek game.
Number 20, David Volek. Yes.
I have. That's about my. I mean, that's about all I know about David Volek.
That's enough to know about David Volek. That's enough. So I will tell you something. It's very strange that the Yankees are so quiet. Like they're like the sleeping giant this year so far. You don't hear much except outside of Josh Donaldson being a racist from that team.
It's such a weird comment. I didn't know really, to be honest, what to make of it.
So do you know where the origins are from?
Yeah.
Why he made the comment?
That Tim Anderson made the comment that he was
the new Jackie Robinson.
The new Jackie. I mean, with that comment, I don't know. Again, I don't know Josh Donaldson. I don't know his background or anything, except that he's a damn good player, and half of his teammates can't stand him in general. But I don't know if the comment constitutes being racist. I don't. I mean, it's just a weird comment to make to somebody that you don't know, or he did know him and kind of made it. It'd be one thing making fun of somebody you know and making that comment, but it's kind of random just to say it. 3 years after the fact to a guy you don't have a relationship with.
Yeah, I totally get it. But and then he winds up on the injured list right after he gets suspended. So you're kind of wondering, well, take a little bit off the top. But
exactly. But yeah, the only discussion with the Yankees right now is the Derek Jeter 7-part ESPN thing, which I'll be honest, I could probably skip.
And he joined Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, well, I think just to promote the show.
Did you see what he said on Twitter?
No, what did he say?
He said, "I didn't have to jump in the stands." He said the truth, something to the effect of the truth has come out. I never really had to jump in the stands.
On that kind of it. Of course, he's talking about the Red Sox catch on the July 4th game. But I assume
no. He's talking about I think he's talking about the Oakland A's, wasn't it?
He wasn't in the stands on the Oakland A's game.
I thought he was in the stands. Oh, the Red Sox game. You're right. Yeah. Yep.
No, the Oakland A's was the one he ran from shortstop to second, and then did back to first, and did the
right.
He wasn't anywhere near the stands.
Yeah. Yeah, he said I didn't need to be in the truth comes out. I didn't need to be or I finally admit it. I didn't need to be in the stands.
So we're going to talk about a couple of real topics here. What do you think? I mean, we don't talk about golf ever. What do you think of this of the Contrarian Tour in Saudi Arabia, run by the Saudi Arabia Consortium?
The LIV Tour?
The LIV.
The LIV Tour? The LIV Tour, which became a big thing when Mickelson was supposed to do it, and now Mickelson's not in it.
Because nobody's heard from Mickelson.
Right.
Since apparently he lost $20 million gambling in over a 2-year span. Did you hear about this?
Yeah. But, hey, Michael lost that much. He definitely lost that much at some point.
Right, but Jordan was making $60 to $80 million a year.
So was Mickelson.
Mickelson was making about 40 between income and endorsements. So it's a little. I mean, look, these are numbers I can't particularly relate to, but if you're making 40, you're paying tax and all the other crap over 20. You're taking home 15 to 20, and you're gambling 10 million. You'd think you'd be better at it.
So Phil Mickelson has earned $140 million in career earnings. That's just career earnings.
Okay, but he's been playing for 20. He's been playing for 20 some odd years.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm trying to look up his net worth right now. With sponsorship, So in 2020, he came in 25th overall with $40.8 million.
Yeah.
So you're right.
His net worth $300 million.
$300 million? Yeah. Oh, Forbes also estimates that Mickelson's career money earned from sponsorship is about $750 million. So he's lost 300 during that, or 400 during that.
Man.
What a hard life.
Did he bet futures on pumpkins on November 1st?
I've never heard that. That's good. I like that.
It's from The Simpsons.
No, that's why I've never heard it.
There you go. So
the tour itself,
what do you say?
The tour itself is kind of like the USFL, right? Except they don't have Donald Trump.
They don't have Donald Trump, and they're specifically blocking anyone who is playing in the tour from playing on the PGA Tour or the European Tour.
Right. Well, that's what the USFL did. I mean, if you play in the USFL, you couldn't then go play in the NFL. I mean, you were either playing.
You could if you could get in. Typically, the USFL wasn't talented enough to.
No, but I'm saying like Herschel Walker couldn't play spring ball for the USFL and then go play fall ball for the NFL.
But this is happening at the same time.
Right.
So you can't play like the first tournament is in London or outside London.
Right, and then the RBC is this year, this week.
You can't play in this tour and then potentially play, whatever next week.
Yeah, it's a competing league. It's much like the Federal League with Major League Baseball. Granted, that was in the 1920s.
That was the 1900s. Yeah, I mean, well, the question is, but do you think the PGA should be banning anyone who plays in this league? Should be banning anyone? Pretty much saying either play in ours or play in theirs, but you can't get both.
Well, they certainly have the right to do it. Whether they should or shouldn't is a different story. But they have the look that the same way that you have a non-compete potentially in your employment agreement. You can't then go and work somewhere else at the same time. You can't compete against your boss.
Right, but the question is, are they independent contractors?
Even independent contractors, even consultants might have that in their contract.
Typically don't. I mean, again,
No.
They may in this case because of what they do.
Well, let's go down a different road. So you have an engineer that works for Intel, right? And then you have that same engineer, I guarantee you, is forbidden from working for Apple. I guarantee it.
Agreed.
At the same time. They are competitors, 100%.
Fair. So that is true. Yeah, there may be. Do you have, I mean, not that either of us watch golf or give much of a damn about golf. Do you have any interest in seeing it at all, or seeing how it plays out?
Look. I'll watch if golf is on and there is nothing else on. I will certainly watch golf. I watch the Masters when it's on. I watch U.S. Open, whichever one's on Father's Day. I think that's the Masters, right? I watch that. I certainly watch the British Open, like all the majors. I watch because they're on TV, and nothing else is generally on at that point. But I'm not going to tune in. I'm not going to sit down and tune into to either the RBC or the LIV tournament this week. It holds no. I mean, the NBA Finals is probably going to be on Sunday, so I'll probably watch it at 3:30 if I had to guess. I mean, it starts tomorrow, right?
Yeah, the NBA Finals are not on at 3:30. Every game is at
8:30.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Game 2. Every other game is 9 o'clock.
Oh, well, game 2 is on what, Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
And they're not playing Sunday then.
Nope.
What a waste! What an absolute waste.
Yep.
For many reasons, but first of all, how we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. How does Jake watch a game? Like your son, he doesn't.
He
watches the first quarter and then he's done, right? Maybe.
No, he only watches the first quarter if it's an 8 o'clock game.
Right. I said maybe. Right?
Yeah, like we may let him stay up if it's Friday. If it's Saturday night, we won't be home. But my parents are watching. They may let him watch the game for a half hour. But the rest of it, he watches sometimes on demand because I have YouTube TV.
That's true. And he doesn't know the score, so he doesn't care.
Although he does often come into my room and wake me up and ask me the score.
Okay.
But no, he's like, this isn't fun. I don't get to watch the games. And he loves watching it. And I mean, like tonight he'll watch the U.S. soccer team's on, so I'll put that game on for him to watch. And he watches. He's not really too into hockey. He just goes from sport to sport to sport to sport, or sport to sport to sport to Wild Kratts to
to whatever is the next thing on the list.
Exactly. To occasionally Dinosaur Train, which I know is one of your favorites.
Yes.
But yeah, he wants to watch sports, and it's kind of exasperating that I can't get him there.
Well, you can. It's called baseball. But you won't watch that.
He can watch baseball all he wants. I'm not going to watch it. That was what was so good actually about English soccer, because he'd wake up on Saturday morning and he could just put it right on.
Right.
That season, those seasons are now over until August, with Man City winning and then Real Madrid winning the European a couple days ago.
Wait, so there's nothing during the summer at all? There's no league that's going on right now?
No. I mean, There's MLS, but I don't watch it. I mean, He would put it on. He wouldn't know the difference. But he just really likes sports. There are worse things in life than to have a son who really likes sports.
No, I agree. And so
can't imagine where he gets it from.
No, it's kind of a waste that he can't watch any of the real sports because, you call baseball not a real sport. So any of the sports that matter at this point, he doesn't get to watch because they're too late. Even the hockey's at 8 o'clock tonight. So you're not going to get to watch that either. Not that he would, but he certainly. He's watched highlights. He likes it.
But if he wants to watch, we'll put it on for a half hour.
Yeah.
But you can't. I guess you're really not trying to grow the 2 to 7-year-old, 2 to 10-year-old demographic. because the games are just too late. Heck, the game's too late for you. And I don't mean that facetiously. You don't go to bed late.
Yeah.
So game ends at 11:30.
I'm probably gone. Yep, I'm probably out. Unless it's Minnesota and Memphis, which I seem to stay awake for every single game. You're going to say why, and I was like, that was the most entertaining. That was the most entertaining series so far, by far. Not even close.
That was a good series. It was a lot of fun. That was good. Boston Milwaukee was pretty good. There was a couple good series.
As far as the other tournament is concerned, look, competition is never a bad thing to me. I think I'm interested to see, first of all, the ratings, if people actually do tune in to watch it, because they're paying $25 million to the winner, so that money has to come from somewhere. And if it doesn't come from TV, obviously it comes from a Saudi prince somewhere. But
it's a Saudi Arabian backed consortium.
No, but I'm saying, but they got to make money somewhere. They're not going to keep this tour going if they continually lose money. I can't see that happening. So if you're not going to make money from the TV, where are you going to make the money from? I don't have an answer for that. And the USFL, which seems to be getting eyeballs, believe it or not, is heading into the playoffs. Do you know any of the teams? Do you know the names of any of the teams?
Are the Houston Gamblers still there? Or the New Jersey Generals or the Philadelphia Stars or any of the Birmingham Stallions?
There you go. Birmingham Stallions are 6-1.
Are they really?
Well, all the games are being played in Birmingham. All of them. So they have home field for every single game. And I believe they're either 6-1 or 7-1. They are in first place. In the USFL. So the playoffs start next week. Yay!
I'll be honest, I have not watched 1 second of it.
But I will tell you, Jake can watch that football because that's not on at 8 o'clock at night.
That's true. That is true. I just have not put it on. Wait, hold on here.
What's that?
I'm looking here. The Stallions, the Tampa Bay Bandits, the Houston Gamblers are still there.
Oh, they took all the names.
Yeah, the Gamblers, the Bandits, the Breakers, the Stallions, the Maulers, the Panthers, the Stars, and the Generals.
Yeah, and the Panthers are awful. The Panthers, I believe, are 1-6.
How do you know that? Are they the Boca Raton Panthers? And you just go to a game for $4.37?
Wow, you didn't even give me the senior discount on that one.
Actually, I thought that was the senior discount.
No, they're 1-6. I know that for a fact. Or 1-7. And they are eliminated from the playoffs. The Panthers are eliminated.
That's a horrible shame. I'm not sure how the state of Alabama is going to get along without professional football. But I just look if Jake. We have a few TVs in the basement now.
A few TVs.
I'll give you the tour. I'll give you the tour after the show.
Fair enough.
It's almost done. It's been a long.
Well, look, supply chain is that way, so it's not going to really be anything. So all right, so let's wrap it up. So you got something for your 5 minutes?
I got 2.
All right, bring it.
Congratulations to the Ukraine soccer team, who are now 1 game away from qualifying for the World Cup. They had a play-in game today.
Did they have Howie Rose calling it? They're one step closer to the Holy Grail.
This is not Stefan Matteau. This is the Ukraine. But it was pretty neat to see the ending of the game. They won 3. They hadn't played together as a team for 6 months. And they're in a 4-team play-in to get in. Actually, whoever wins, they play Wales, I believe, and the winner of that game is in the U.S., England, Iran division for the World Cup. So that game is on Sunday. So congratulations to them, obviously, with everything going on. And I'm looking up the name of the guy. I forget. I saw he was a basketball player who played college ball. Here it is, Justin Hardy. Did you hear about this? From Wash U. Yeah, he was, I think, like kind of their star player and got diagnosed with stomach cancer. And there was a few big stories. College Game Day did something on it. He ended up meeting up with a lot of the pro players and just kind of kept playing through the season. It was what was really keeping him alive. You know, he He went from playing 35 minutes a game to playing 2 minutes a game. Actually graduated and then died this week, or died yesterday at age 22. So deepest condolences to him and his family.
Wow. Okay. Normally, I have no idea, and this is your line. How do I follow that? But I'm gonna follow that with Morgan.
Also, one other thing. Congratulations on Morgan for finishing our first year of preschool. Yay!
Okay, so I have two things as well. Number one, I don't think I said this because I wasn't there, but we didn't have a show last week. But congratulations to my brother for graduating college.
You didn't host the show last week without me?
I did not host a show without you.
Way to go, Mitch.
Way to go, Mitch. You know what? I'm in. Hey, Jake. I'm in pretty big awe of somebody that takes 25 years to do something and actually fulfills a commitment that he wanted to do. So I have not been more proud of you in a very long period of time. And you're listening to the show because
hold on, guys, hold on.
Seth, do you see the eyeballs? We have two. We have two eyeballs right now on our show. So one of them is definitely Mitch. So congratulations, Mitch.
Keep sending the video. Congratulations, and keep sending the videos from Iceland. Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. And number two, we're going to follow the unfortunate stomach cancer with some good news about somebody that passed away recently. And that is John Madden will be on the cover of Madden 23. And that is amazing for so many different reasons. But number one, and probably most important, the people that play Madden right now that are not of my age and Seth's age have no idea who John Madden is. And that to me is a shame. So I'm not sure if you know this, but they're actually bringing in some of his clips, and they're taking some of the audio from the past and putting it into. Yeah, so he's broadcasting a lot of the game, which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty
cool. So it is pretty awesome that the last time he was on the main cover was the year 2000, which was released in 1999. So that is 23 years ago. It is awesome to have John Madden back, even if it's just in memory. So we'll go with that. So for Sean Palmer, that's Seth Kamens and Jake and Morgan. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey, guys. We'll see you guys next week, all right?
Have a good one.
Everybody, bye-bye.